There were two Holy Cross sisters serving in Vacherie, Louisiana. This was in the 50s, so, racial tension very high. Their vocation literature at the time said that the congregation had missions in India, Formosa, and the state of Louisiana. So I was one of the ones that they were looking after. They would come right up and down the river road, all of which had no Catholic schools. And in those days, hard as it is to believe now, the public schools allowed religious groups to come in once a week. On Monday morning was Religion Day. And so the sisters came in, drove from Vacherie, which was about an hour's drive, I guess. And I was taught by Sister Theodosia. And Sister Joelle had another class, but I got to know them that way. And then they asked me between my junior and senior year, I think, if I would help them during the summer, teach religion classes, in an even farther off country parish. I did that little by little. I watched how they treated each other. I was very impressed by their commitment to the poor, to all people, the efforts they put out for racial justice. One time there was a gunshot in their yard, so they stood by what they believed in. I remember going through the lunch line, and one lady would put rice on my plate, and I would say to her, "Thank you, Mrs. Scheck-Snyder." And then the next lady would put red beans on top of the rice, and I would say to her, "Thank you, Sadie." And one day, somewhere I think in my junior or senior year, it just occurred to me that, hey, this is wrong. Both of these women are my elders. Why is it that I must say, give a title to one and I can call the other by her first name? I began to think it's wrong of me to do this, but it's even worse that no adult is correcting me for doing it. So that became a big issue for me, racial, the treatment of people differently. I liked the way the sisters treated each other. I liked their commitment to liturgy and their commitment to the poor. And I thought, and they were also doing parish work. I was never attracted to an institution. I guess it comes right down to, I really feel called to be a priest. And this was the closest thing that a young girl in 1959, the way they were living religious life, was the closest thing that I could dream of doing under the circumstances of the church at the time and now. So here I am. We have a society that laments the recidivism rate, which is, how many people come back after they've left. And yet, so many of our people don't want to hire them and don't want to rent to them. So how in the world can they not come back? If we as a society, that's another thing that is disillusioning to me as a member of our society, that how can we make it so hard for them to start over if we don't want them to go back? I don't have any one thing that I would hope that they would say. She loves well. She makes her mistakes, but she loves everyone and respects everyone.